Richard here with another Haltech Workshop feature, and today we're on the western side of Australia at Perth. That's about 3,000 kilometres away from home, and we're going to see Tristan from WTF Auto. I don't know what the that stands for, but we'll find out. Tristan, WTF Auto, how long have you been here south side of Perth?
So we established 10 years ago now, set up a little shop, a one-man band it was at the time, and we've grown into this facility you see now.
Excellent. You've moved a couple of times, I believe.
Yeah, we have. We keep stepping up as we outgrow the workshops, and we're just about to outgrow this one again, I think.
Yeah, I can see there's plenty of cars in here. A lot of JDM stuff. Is that what you usually do here?
That's right. You'll see that almost everything here is either a Toyota or it's got a Toyota engine in it.
Right.
That's what we've always specialised in. We stick to that as our strong point. Lots of JZs, of course. I mean, you can't do Toyotas without specialising in JZs.
That's right.
And MR2s, 3S GTEs is a big one for us as well.
And the Supras and MR2s and JDM in general, is that big here in the Perth scene?
Yeah, I think it's probably the biggest enthusiast scene in Perth. It's very, very popular. We've got a pretty active drift scene. We've got drag racing, of course, everywhere in Australia has drag racing as a huge thing. But one of the big things that's really drawing a lot of people to Perth at the moment as well is our Race Wars event, which is a 1,000-metre sprint on the Albany runway.
Runway sprint,
yeah.
I'm a big fan of the runway sprints myself. So,
yeah, it's an amazing experience, yeah.
And you've had some success there.
We have, yeah. Last year we took down a handful of cars and a few of them placed quite highly, and we had this MR2 actually take the 4-cylinder class by a really big margin, so we're looking forward to doing more of that.
Excellent. And I noticed you've got a dyno facility here. You obviously tune here, you do that yourself?
Yeah, that's right. I do the dyno tuning myself. That's really what our business is built around, is building these engines and then tuning them as a complete package for the customer.
So your customer can really just bring in, they've just bought a Supra, drive it into the shop here, leave it with you for a short while and go back with a monster.
That's right, and a lot of people do. We get a lot of, it is really nice to get your hands on a dead stock car and start from the beginning and make it exactly what the customer wants, whether that be a Supra or a MR2 or, dare I say, a Camry.
Tell me about the Camry. There's a story with the Camry.
There is a bit going on with the Camry. See, we were a little bit jealous of the Race Wars organisers that had built this AU Falcon.
Yes, I've seen that. It's a terrible looking thing.
They were getting a lot of attention, and we thought, no, that's not right. We deserve some of that. So we called them out and said, I tell you what, we're going to build a Camry the same way, boosting an entirely stock engine, and we're going to beat you with it, and we're well on our way, I think, to achieving that goal.
Well, I can't wait to see that matchup. So we've talked about JDM. I've spotted something here that's not very JDM. This blue thing behind me, it looks like a wild looking bit of kit. What's going on there? What is it?
So that's a Lancia kit car.
Okay.
It is about as far as you can get from JDM, but it does have its JDM flair in it. It's running a Toyota 6-cylinder engine, the 2GR FE V6, which is a very competent little thing with...
Well, they came standard in a Lotus, didn't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's you know, you could call this a bit of I guess an old school version of what the Lotus is now.
Yeah, right.
So it's small, it's mid-engined, it's running that dual VVT high compression engine. It's running an MR2 turbo gearbox, which bolts straight up to it. It's wonderful. I'd say it probably weighs about 800 kilos. It's going to be a monster.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah. I'm glad it's somebody else driving it and not me.
And what else have we got around here? You mentioned this MR2.
Right.
Said it won 4-cylinder class at Race Wars last year, so it must be packing a fair bit of power.
Yeah, it is. Last year, we actually only took it down there with what reads on our dyno as a little bit over 500 horsepower, but It's very, very responsive. It's very light. It's very aerodynamic. And it managed to take out the class by a full 21 k's an hour over second place.
Oh, wow.
So this year, it's actually fresh off the dyno this morning. The engine's done a whole 400 kilometres since it was built, so it's extremely fresh. We've wound the boost up, we've wound the compression up, we're making a lot more power than last year. And it was honestly just shy of getting into the 300 kilometre per hour club last year.
Yeah, wow.
On that 500 horsepower number. So this year,
we're going to crack the big 300.
yeah, and hopefully we'll actually get close to a national record with it.
Oh, cool.
And you know, bringing the trophy back for 3S GTEs, because I know putting Honda engines in these is a bit of a fad at the moment,
trend,
and
yeah.
I'd like to squash the rumours that they're better. I don't believe this is true.
And there's another MR2 just over here, a red one.
Yeah, that's the
it's clean.
That's a love child of one of my mechanics, actually.
Yep.
Very, very clean car, and he's spent an absurd amount of time making that car absolutely perfect. You'll see from the engine bay shots, it's very, very clean.
Yeah.
But not just all show, it's over 500 horsepower as well.
Okay.
That's going to be one quick contender.
Excellent. And moving away from the MR2s, but staying with Toyota, I noticed a green Supra over here on the dyno. Big turbo.
Yeah.
What's the story there?
That's one of our favourite projects.
Yeah.
It's a big built engine. It's got a Garrett GDX 4718. We're not done tuning it yet. We're just getting past 40 pounds of boost now, and it's up past 1200 horsepower at the wheels.
Yeah.
Through a turbo 400 transmission, but yeah, high hopes for that one as well.
And set up as a drag car, or is that a street car?
It was originally done as a drag car, but with this 1,000-metre sprint event getting so much attention, everything's sort of been pushed in that direction. Now it's primarily a 1,000-metre sprint car, and it just does drags on the side.
Yeah, okay.
Do you need another hand?
12 cylinders?
Yes, 12 cylinders.
That's a lot.
This is something I decided if I was going to build one more car in my life, this would be it. So we're doing a twin turbo forged V12 Supra build. It's going to take us a while, but it's going to be awesome.
Very cool. Well, Tristan, thanks so much for showing us around WTF Auto. I've got one more question for you.
Sure.
WTF, what's it stand for?
I've been asked that so many times. It is what you think it is.